Good day, everyone. We are the Group 6, and our topic for today is about the teacher and the community, teachers' ethical and professional behavior. But before we start our discussion, let me introduce myself first. So, I am Rachel May Bisinieres from BSED Science 2B. So, we have here two learning outcomes for our topic for today. So at the end of this chapter, you should be able to elaborate on community's expectation from teachers and on teachers' expectation from communities. Then describe teachers' ethical and professional behavior in the community by giving concrete examples. So here are the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, Article 3. So in Section 1, Teacher as Facilitator of Learning. Article 3, Section 1 states that the teacher is a facilitator of learning and the development of the youth, therefore shall render the best service by providing an environment conducive for such learning and growth. So here, the teacher is known as the one who help, assist, and support the learners to learn and have a development on their self. So, ever since nga nag-grade 1 ta, nag grade 2, nag grade 3, hantod na nag high school, and then nag college, naagya po ng teacher nga mo support nato para maka-learn ta. Ang dira nga mga stages is naatay development sa atong kagalingon which is nagamit nato in the future nga nakabuild na tag mga confidence nga mo report and then kabulotan mag-solve sa mga basic and then gikan sa less complex to more complex calculations. Kay to na hit natabo na kay or na-achieve nato na kay naa ang teacher nga mo support nato, nga mo assist nato og mo help para maka-learn ta. So, facilitator comes from the word facilitate which means to make something easy or easier. So, that's why ang teacher is natawag siya nga facilitator of learning because biskan unsa kalisod ang topic niya is mangita gid siya way to make it easier para ma-understand sa student niya ang kana nga lesson or siya mismo mangitag paagi o unsaon niya pag-deliver o pag-impart ang kana nga knowledge sa sulod sa kana nga lesson para naay ma-learn ang bata during the discussion. So, as a professional teacher, you make learning easier when you simplify the complex and concretize the abstract. This is what is ethical for every professional teacher like you ought to do. This you can do after 4 long years of academic preparation. So, like what I have said earlier, nga ang teacher is mangitagi siya paagi para ma-impart niya ang lesson sa iyang students and para maka-learn pod ang mga students sa unsa ang iyang sa kung unsa ang iyang gi-discuss sa tunga. And then para maka-create pod siya of conductive learning environment wherein diri mag-occur ang exchanging of ideas, thoughts, skills, and para ma-achieve ang educational goals which always aim to make students learn and have a development of their own self. So what happens sometimes, however, is teachers complicate the simple and teaches only at the abstract level. So dili man tanan nga mga teacher is naay ka ng gisayunan sila sa lang topic is na mga teacher nga gilisuran sad. So that's why need nila pangitaon or mas prefer nila to ang mga sayon nga parts para mapadali ang learning sa bata o para mapadali ang learning processes. So, that's why kung ibutang ta nga may isa ka bata nga very curious gid siya sa kung unsa gid ang pinaka deep nga meaning sa kana nga imong discussion is medyo nimo siya tubagon. So, as a professional teacher, you should be always flexible because sa tanang panahon is nagkausab ang mga learning or the way mo adapt ang isa ka bata sa environment or mas matawag ta nga mas bright pa sila sa mga teacher, or mas lawig pa gid na ang ilang pagsabot sa isa ka butang. That's why we need to be flexible as always and embrace change. Facilitate learning, a conductive learning environment is necessary. It has been proven that the learners learn best in a pleasant environment. A pleasant environment is where the learners can be themselves because the teachers are caring. So it is stated here that the teachers are caring. So diri pa lang na feel sa batang ginataga siya atensyon sa maestra or maestro para makalearn siya, even though nga slow learner siya, gina-encourage gyapon siya sa teacher niya nga sige lang padayon, okay na nga ma-fail ka, i-try imong best gyapon. So dira pa lang na feel sa bata nga importante siya nga mo na siya magana siya o magana siyang makat-on siya. So dira maningkamot na siya dira nga part para maka-learn siya. And then diri man mabutang ta nga ang conductive learning environment is very important yun kay diri man mag-occur ang katong exchanging of thoughts and ideas. So that's why it is very important to have a patience always because dili gyud na siya malikayan nga na mga slow learners, and then be patient lang yun. A conductive learning environment makes learners believe they can do the work and they feel accepted. A favorable learning climate is not a competitive where everyone is tense. So, dire, sa dihang natagaan og atensyon sa maestra ang bata, makaingon siya nga, ay si teacher very good kayo kay biskan dili kay ko kabalo is ginatudloan ako gyapon, ginaasisan niya ko gyapon, nag-help gyud mo siya sa kuha. So diri ma-feel niya nga kabalo pod siya or kaya niya himuon ang katunga task or activity. And diri mabelong ang inclusive education because they are already feel that they all accepted sa kana nga klase. And then ang favorable learning climate is dili siya matawag nga competitive kay even though tense siya kay tanan nga student is naglihok or nag-aim para maka-learn sila. So dili siya matawag nga competitive because equal ang lantaw sa maestra, and then ang ang goal sa maestra is makat-on ang yahang mga estudyante. So mao na dira nga dili siya competitive kay tanan naglihok og ang tanan nag-learn as equal. So that's why dili siya competitive nga environment. The teacher who believes that every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists they become the best they can possibly be, like Teacher Rita Person in TED Talk is a facilitator of learning. So here, ang teacher is willing gini siya nga mutudlo sa bata, and ang yang gi-aim lang jud ani is para makat-on ang bata kay siya mismo or ang teacher mismo is naghimo og mga efforts para maka-learn ang bata gikan sa iyang mga discussion. So diri pa lang is matawag na to ang teacher nga ga practice siya or ga show na siya og risk taking because diri pa lang is dili ba sayon nga mo handle og mga bata kay di ba ang mga bata is ang isang classroom is composed of diverse students, so maglisod ka og handle sa dili lang usa kundi tanan nga bata. So that's why risk taking gini siya ang pag maestra or maestro. So that's why i-learn na to maayo ang ethical behavior sa maestra or Code of Ethics for Professional Teacher. So let's go now to the section 2 of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, Article 3. So, teacher leadership and initiative for community participation. Section 2 refers to the leadership and initiative of professional teacher to participate in community movements for moral, social, economic, and civic betterment of the community. So here, dili lang ang obra sa teacher is ga-facilitate sa learning. Pwede man siya mahimong role model to implement leadership and initiative for community movement and to enhance participation or to ensure participation in any kind of community activities. So, one example or one situational example is sa kanang mga election. So, dira na to makita, while nag-vote ta is ma-observe na to sa palibot. Kay diba, dira ginaheld na usually sa school. So, ma-observe na to sa palibot nga na ay mga teacher nga ga-facilitate sa election processes, nag-guide sila sa mga people kung saan pag-vote, diin ka dapat mo vote. So, dira, initiative na nila nga mo volunteer para makatabang sa community. And they also promote or to they're also ensure leadership or they're implementing leadership pod during clean up drive program. Nagtabang pula sila sa community, bakita na to na sila usually nga gadalag sako and everything. And then mo na siya dili lang obra sa teacher is ga facilitate learning. And they can be also a role model to implement leadership for community and initiative for everyone to help in the community. Schools are at the heart of communities, and you, as a professional teachers, are expected to be in the world and to be in the world with others and for others. So here, so every community, sa community nga atong makitaan or sa mga barangay or mga lagyo nga bukid is may mga school which is very important or at the heart of the communities because diri ga-learn ang bata or diri ta nagikan, diri ta nag-learn sukad pagkabata nato. So diri expected nga you are expected to be in the world or in the real world nga motabang ka, mo facilitate ka sa learning, you can be a role model and to be in the world with others. So shows initiative kung saan pagtabang, dili na ka magpaabot nga ingnan pa ka tabang dira na naka-initiative nga motabang sa community or dili lang sa community pati man sa uban nga tawo because mauna ang obra or mauna ang ethical behavior sa usa ka professional teacher. So the words in section 2 of article 3 are provide leadership and initiative. So, it is clearly nga ang focus sa section 2 is about providing leadership and initiative in the community and to ensure participation by doing your part as a professional teacher. So, sections 2 state that you, the professional teacher, ought to take the initiative to offer your help for the improvement of the community. Many a time, you can be a guidance counselor, a prayer leader, commentator of reader in religious celebrations, festa coordinator, judge in or coach for a contest, financial advisor in NARS, doctor, commentator, prayer rolled into one. So here, there are several rules for a teachers to practice or to take to. And then you should able always to be flexible. Kay dili lang ga-facilitate lang ka sa learning, pwede makakwaon pwede makakuha nga judge during sa mga contest sa iyong barangay kay diba kay nailhan kanila nga initiative na nimo nga mutabang ka or willing sad ka nga mutabang. So that's why nga dapat flexible jud ka as a professional teacher kay dili tanan nagstay lang ka sa isa ka role. So there are so many role for you as a teacher. Dili lang sa eskwelahan ka, pwede man ka ma-judge, pwede man ka ma-financial advisor. So be flexible and good as always. Teachers, as they participate in community affairs, prove that they are the most responsible and the most important members of society because their professional efforts affect the fate of the earth. So here, sa dihang gishow sa teacher kung unsa siya ka responsible to do his or her part to complete his several roles or role in the community is nakita sa tanan nga importante gid nga naay teacher sa isa ka society. And makita man dire nga importante ang professional effort nimo kay ang kanang professional effort nimo is aiming for good result, dili kay negative result. So makita siya tanan sa mga people or the components of the society nga as a teacher you need or you are aiming for a good result for your own community and for everyone. So let's go now to the section 3 of the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, Article 3. So, professional teacher with honor and dignity. Section 3 states, every teacher shall merit reasonable social recognition, for which purpose he shall behave with honor and dignity at all times, and refrain from such activities like gambling, smoking, drunkenness, and other excesses, much less illicit relations. So here, you as a professional teacher, put in mind that you are a role model. You are the role model of everyone. So avoid bad behavior that can be influenced or ma-influensyahan nimo ang imong students or mga tawo nga naa sa imong palibot. So avoid lang yun na, especially ang illicit relations. So when we say illicit relations, it is kung minyo na ka, di na ka pwede mo mangita og uban or makipag-interact pa sa uban or makipag-relationship pa sa uban nga naa naman kay husband or wife. And then kung may ma-crush man sa imo nga students, kay put in mind nga role model ka ha, dili kay mo patol sad ka. So tagaan nimo siya advice nga unahon usa ang iyang pag-study usa ng mga inana. So be an inspiration for others. Society expects so much of teachers that when they fail to live up to the challenge to behave or model good behavior, they are condemned without trial. So once nga makita ka sa mga people around sa community or naas mong palibot is guilty na kabis kan walay korte. Kaya nga naman, role model gud ka nga anumang naghimo kag mga sayop nga butang nga role model man ka nga professional man ka, so guilty na kadaan unsay pulo sa imong pagka-professional kung gahimo kag mga bad activities or bad doings nga pwede maka impluwensya sa imong mga estudyante. Like for example, makita ka sa public area nga gainom, so makita ka sa imong estudyante nga hala si sir si ma'am nag-inom, pwede na di ay na, kay di ba role model sila, so musunod po ta nila, so dili na siya pwede. So, be responsible lang yun, kung gainom ka, gasmoke ka, please itago lang or private lang kay ang mga people around sa imong community or kapalibot sa imo is ang mata na agyud nimo because you are a role model of everyone. You are a professional teacher and you should be the role model and give inspiration to, and you are aiming to give inspiration for others, not to influence to bad things or bad doing. So be responsible and good always. So it is no wonder why many are afraid to answer the call to teach. Society seems to expect much more from professional teachers than from any other professional, and so look at teachers with scrutinizing eyes. So what do you mean by scrutinizing eyes? So these are the people that always pays attention or close attention to every small details of yourself or to the teacher. So here, even though nga different at naatay mga lain-laing perspectives is wala tay mahimo kung mauna na ilang paglantaw sa tua. Kay example, magbikini sa beach. So, example ha, makita nila nga ang teacher nagbikini sa beach. So, lain na ang pagsabot nila kay di ba kanang no na kaayo ang teacher is a role model, ang gahatag o inspiration sa uban. So, dili day pwede nga magbikini ang teacher, di ba? So, naman ka sa beach, wala maka sa mga plaza. So, normal naman na, pero wala tayong mahimo sa ilang mga perspectives. Wala tayong mahimo kung mapo na ilang opinion. So, put in mind lang nga kanang professional ka, kabalo kasi mong gibuhat, and then, wala mo ka gibuhat nga sayop. And then, you put in mind lang nga kabalo ka nga role model ka, kabalo man ka nga gahatag ang inspiration sa uban, and then ga-avoid man ka sa kuan sa mga bad doings or something like that. Pero be your own part lang. Be who you are. Ibutang lang nato nga amo jud na imong passion nga ganahan ka magbikini, so go. Kay free man, even though nga role model ka, dili man nga ginahigpit jud ka. So you have freedom ang gyapon as a professional teacher. Pero dili ta kalikay nga naa jud mga mata nga gina-criticize ka up and down, biskan wala ang isa ka sayop lang nimo, biskan wala ang korte is guilty na ka para sa ilaha. The quotation states the influence of a good teacher can never be erased, but the influence of a dishonorable teacher is as lasting. So, this means that kung mutabang ka sa isa ka student or everybody in your place or everyone in your place tabangan nimo is normal na or kay di ba mo man ang normal nga ginabuhat sa usa ka teacher or professional teacher ga facilitate sa learning, ga implement og leadership, gahatag og initiative in helping others or in doing their part as part of their community, as a part of a community. And then kung isa lang kasayop nimo or naa kay mabuhat nga sayop biskan gamay lang na is lasting na or dugay na mawala sa hunahuna sa uban. So that's why it is important nga kabalo ka sa mong kagalingon, kabalo ka nga professional ka, you have a moral and dignity of yourself. Always remember that you are the role model of everyone. You should give inspiration and you are responsible enough to 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 do your part as a teacher, to be one of the citizen in the country. So, that's why wala man tayo mahimo alam mga perspective. So, careful lang gyud ta sa ato ang mga kipangbuhat inside and outside sa school. So that's all of my report. I hope you learned something from my discussion, and the other sections of Code of Ethics for professional teachers, Article 3 will be discussed by the next reporter.
Good day once again. By the way, my name is Jerme Yupanigtikan, and why don't we continue what Ms. Siniere started? In the 8 sections of Article 3 of Code of Ethics, it includes the teacher's attitude towards local customs and traditions. Particularly in Section 4, which states that every teachers are expected to live for and with the community. and shall therefore study and understand local customs and traditions in order to have a sympathetic attitude. Therefore, refrain from disparaging the community. Well, as a professional teacher, you may be assigned wherever areas. So, in order to build relationship with that community you were assigned, it is important to learn and understand what their cultures are. And also, it is important to put respect or give respect to those local customs and traditions in order to build sympathetic attitudes to your students, to the parents, or everyone in that community. And also, particularly in Section 4, it is emphasized that professional teacher is neither ethnocentric or nor xenocentric. Do you have any idea what is ethnocentric and xenocentric? All right, that was a great insight. So let us discuss what is really ethnocentric and xenocentric. So when we say ethnocentric, it is a behavior or attitude that believes that one's culture is superior to others. So for them, ang ilang culture ay kay mas superior o mas nindot kumpara sa uban. So for example, in some instances like sa Korean culture, as we all know, Korean culture is kanang ning spread na siya worldwide. So some of the Koreans believe that because nga pangkilik ilang culture or kanang na notice nila nga mas ning popular ilang culture, they tend to think that they tend to think that their culture is more superior or far superior than others. And on the other hand, xenocentric is the opposite of ethnocentric, means one's belief that their culture or nation is inferior to other culture or nation. So in this attitude, they believe that their culture is low or kanang murag dili kay nindot ba, so they have no confidence in their culture or they have no pride in their culture, believing that they akanang dili siya pare sa uban nga sikat like sa K-pop or sa uban nga with deep meaning like sa monarch sa England sa ilahang style. So meaning kanang ginadegrade nila ang their own culture, and that is a very bad attitude for a teacher to have. So to summarize, the Article 3 of Code of Ethics, specifically Section 4, emphasizes that professional teacher must neither be ethnocentric and xenocentric. They shall not look down on community's culture just because they have great pride on their own culture. And also, they shall neither be a xenocentric or look down on her own culture thinking that other cultures are superior to them. Because in the first place, culture can be any forms, and in culture there is no competition. So there is no such thing as superior and inferior. It is about the acceptance and respect that people place on your culture. And now, let us proceed to Section 5. The Section 5 is all about the professional teacher and information update, and it states that the teacher shall help the school inform the community about the school's work, accomplishments, needs, and problems. For the community, you, teacher, you are a leader. You take the initiative and leadership to actively participate in community affairs and movements, and in turn involve the community in school activities for upliftment of both school and community. This can readily happen if you are in a good relationship or in a harmonious relationship with all the people within the community. Community here refers to the internal as well as external stakeholders. Internal stakeholders includes the students, teachers, staffs, and parents who are directly involved in the school community. On the other hand, external stakeholders are the parents or in the community without children enrolled in the school, And also, nabilang po diri ang mga barangay officials and other government officials, non-government organizations, government organizations, alumni and retirees. So, why do you think that these stakeholders have to be informed to the accomplishments, activities, needs, and problems of the school? Okay, that's a great idea. And the school is there for the community. And so the community has the right to be informed about its activities and accomplishments, needs, and problems. If there is no community, there is also school. Kay ang members sa school is most likely also kanang members po sa community. And without the school exists basically for the community para i-mold ang mga children for the future or for the sake of the community. Informing them about the school projects, activities, needs, and problems gives them a sense of ownership. Kung baga, makasense sila of belongingness within the school. Bisag, like for example, external stakeholders. Bisag wala sila children nga gi-enroll sa school, they can feel nga belong sila sa community kay kanang murag involved gihapon sila somehow sa school. Bisag wala sila kanang children nga naka-enroll dito. So, they have this strong sense of ownership and stakeholders will actively participate in the tenor sessions of school problems and needs. So, in a way, pwede po sila makatabang sa school because of sa sense of ownership na gihatag sa school through informing them about the needs and also kanang mga partnership or kanang mga programs nga gihimo sa school para nila. Next is all about the Parents Teachers Association. So, the PTA, short for Parents Teacher Association, is a school-based organization that involves or enables parents to support the operation of their children's school. And the PTA contributes to parent-teachers relations, communications, and school administrations. So, we have Parents and Teachers Association in place in every school. Some private schools call it Home School Association or Family Advisory Council. This is for internal stakeholders only. So remember back when even in elementary, junior high school, and senior high school, PTA or Parents Teacher Organization is already existing. So it is a way of the school to connect to the parents of the students para ma-inform sila sa mga activities sa school o also para sa performance sa mga students. The Parents Teacher Association only involve internal stakeholders. Sige ko ang internal stakeholders. Very good. Internal stakeholders includes the students, teachers, staffs, and all the personnel of the school. It doesn't involve the external stakeholders, which are the parents that doesn't have a children involved or enrolled in the school, or also the government officials and non-government officials. PTA is an association of teachers, parents with children who are enrolled in the school, and it is a forum for discussions on the school problems and how they can be solved. So if you could still remember, during the elementary days or even kanang sa pag-junior high, ginahatagan tag letter sa itong mga teachers para i-invite ato ang mga parents sa manog-abot nga PTA meeting. So during PTA meetings, it offers a platform for teachers to provide detailed feedbacks on the child's performance, academic achievements, and areas that requires additional attention. So, through open discussions, parents gain a clearer understanding on the curriculum, learning goals, and expectations. So, na belong dira ang mga discussions about sa grades sa mga students and also pabalo ng mga parents sa mga activities nga gipanghimo sa mga students or sa ilang mga anak within the school, kung asa sila ga-excel or kung asa sila need pa og kanang improvement. So dira sa PTA meeting dira nila masabutan. And also sa PTA meeting gina-address pud nila dira ang problema sa school. For example, ang problema sa comfort room ug also sa mga ceiling fans. So dira nila sabutan together with the parents and teachers ang mga possible solutions sa sina nga mga problem. So ma-remember ko nato nga natay ginatawag nga PTA payment. So tungod na sa ilang namitingan during the PTA meeting na possible solutions nila sa mga na-mention nga problem, like mga amutan bitaw. So naibbayranan, like sa ako na remember during junior high na aming bayranan nga 500 para sa sa among CR. So by conducting a PTA meeting dira nila na kanang naka forms lag solution para sa sina nga mga problems. So to keep parents and community involvement in school, they must be updated with happenings in the school, accomplishments, achievements, problems, and projects. So mao po na yung main reason para nganong ga-conduct sila PTA meeting, o main reason nganong need i-inform even the external stakeholders and the internal stakeholders of the community. It is for the betterment of the school and also mainly for the students. And that is all for my report. I hope you learned something from me, and I will give the floor to the next reporter.
So next we have the School Governing Council. So other than PTA, we have the School Governing Council. The SCG has different membership and functions. A school governing council, as a policy-making body, has the school head as chief executive officer, manager, and chief operation officer. It determines the general policies in students' welfare, discipline, and well-being. It is concerned with the development and implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the School Improvement Plan, or SIP, and reporting of the progress of the SIP implementation to the school division superintendent in the community. So the SCG, or the School Governing Council, work together to manage and operate the school. They are also responsible for setting the strategic direction of the school. They ensure that the school policies are aligned with its mission and vision. Also, they monitor the school's performance and give opportunities to the community to participate in school activities. So next we have the professional teacher and government officials and other professionals. So section 7 states that every teacher shall maintain harmonious and pleasant personal and official relation with other professionals, with government officials, and with the people individually or collectively. So as professional teachers, we should strive to maintain positive and respectful interactions with other colleagues, school administrators, or government officials, and also the community as well. So teachers should be more professional and avoid any actions or word that could harm their relationship with the people around them, so that we can support and collaborate with them together to achieve the best outcomes for the student. So Desiderata gives this advice: as far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Then the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. So it is better to be in good terms as possible with everyone else in the community. Intend to speak calmly, but truthfully, of course. Also, listen to what others said. It's either they are not seem interesting or interesting. So you must understand the others and avoid any judgment so that we can build stronger relationship and create harmonious society. So next we have the professional teacher does not use position to proselyte. So in section 8 says, a teacher possesses freedom to attend church and worship as appropriate, but shall not use his positions and influence to proselyte others. So if we mean by the statement, a teacher has a freedom to practice their religion, but should not use their position as a teacher to influence and convert others to join their religion. So it's like maintaining boundaries and respecting the different beliefs of others. So next we have freedom from religion is guaranteed by 1987 Philippine Constitution. So it says, no law shall be made respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting free exercise thereof. The free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference shall forever be allowed. So it is in Article 2, Section 6. So if we mean by that, according to this article, teachers are prohibited from attempting others to convert or persuade as they go to jail if they would. So teachers must respect each other's beliefs and maintain boundaries in a professional way. So to summarize, the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers outlines the commitment of teachers to uphold dignity and reputation of teaching profession. So to emphasize their responsibility to exhibit behavior that reflects honesty, integrity, and moral character.